Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes, tamu sana. About 1 day ago, President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta met Western Kenya leaders at Statehouse, Nairobi. And that meeting is widely seen as a counter-reaction to Musalia's political move to join William Ruto. So that meeting is maybe just a way of counteracting Musalia's move to join William Ruto. And details of that State House meeting have actually emerged. And some of these details have also been captured by People Daily. I'm not mad to settle on Raila and bypass my deputy. That's just the story as captured by People Daily. And if you go through that publication, it exposes some of the details that came out from that State House meeting. And the first detail that comes out is that the president echoed his disappointment with Musalia Mudavadi. And as quoted, ni kupotea wamepotea. Wangalifaidika sana kama wangalibaki na Raila. Wakenya watakuwa kwa mikono mizuri chini ya uongozi wa Raila kuliko hao watu wengine wanaowakimbilia. That's just President Uhuru Kenyatta being quoted by People Daily. And then another detail, ladies and gentlemen, the president also hinted that he will soon embark, or rather he will soon hit the ground running as he personally campaigns for Raila Amolo Odinga. And that has also been quoted by the People Daily. Wacha waendelee kukimbia, lakini wajue ya kwamba kutangulia sio kufika. Wakati utafika, munione nikiwa kwa kiwanja nikisaidia ndugu yangu Raila. That's also a detail that has just emerged from that State House meeting. And then also, the president was also categorical that in the coming days, he is going to tour Western Kenya to inspect the ongoing developments and launch new projects before he leaves office. Because we all know, ladies and gentlemen, that Western Kenya tours was planned some months back, but actually the wrangles that existed between Musalia Mudavadi and other Western leaders thwarted all those plans. And the president could not actually make his tour to Western. But now the president yesterday was categorical that in the coming days, he will tour Western Kenya. And if possible, launch new projects and inspect ongoing projects before he vacates office. And then another thing that came out from that meeting, the president was more direct and candid on his resolve to support Raila Amolo Odinga more than any other time before. You know, the president seemingly has been not all about direct or going straight about his support for Raila Amolo Odinga. But from the information we are gathering is that the president was more direct and more categorical about his resolve to support Raila Amolo Odinga for the presidency. And that was also somehow uncharacteristic of the president. He was very direct and candid about his support for Raila Amolo Odinga. And that, I think, was leaked by Budalangi Member of Parliament, Raphael Wanjala. And then another thing that has emerged from that meeting, the president also took issues with William Ruto for scuttling BBI and alluded that it might be revived in future for Kenyans to realize the elusive inclusivity. Because Kenya, for some times now, some Kenyans have been crying that the government exclude others. And this is largely because if you look at the structure of the executive, we have only two slots, the president and his deputy. So the president also alluded that maybe in future, BBI might be revived, and that will make sure it really encompasses the inclusivity Kenyans have all along been yearning for. And then the president from that meeting, or that Statehouse meeting, also just revealed that in the coming days again, he will explain to Kenyans why they parted ways with this deputy president, William Samoei Ruto. Those things, ladies and gentlemen, are just some of the details that were discussed at State House between President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and leaders from Western. Because all governors were present, a majority of members of parliament, if not over 90%, were also present. So, ladies and gentlemen, what does this all mean? What's the meaning of all this, ladies and gentlemen? Yes. And before I forget, let me remind you that if you've just bumped here for the very first time, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya. What does this all mean? I tend to believe, ladies and gentlemen, that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, Musalia Mudavadi having joined hands with William Ruto, the president is now not taking things to chance here. And we might now see the president, for the very, very first time, hit the ground on the mountain to actually reveal to his people exactly why they parted ways with William Ruto. Because as things stand today on the mountain, William Ruto seems to be enjoying sympathy on the mountain. And that sympathy, a good majority of residents of Mount Kenya still view the president as having betrayed William Ruto. But the president, for the very first time, is stating that he's going to the people now. He's going to explain to his people exactly why they parted ways with this deputy. And from where I sit, ladies and gentlemen, I strongly believe that when the president will do that, the ground will automatically change in the favor of President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And I've always stated in this YouTube channel, not once, not twice, that by August, the most hated politician from the mountain most definitely will be William Ruto. That is something I've always stated here. And when the president will now go to his people to explain to them what William Ruto did to him, then I tend to believe that will be the end of William Ruto on the mountain. And that is also coupled with the fact that our politics in Kenya is largely based on it's ethnic based. The mountain will listen to their son, and to add salt to injury, their son will just explain to them of maybe the bad things William Ruto wanted to do to him. And some are in the public domain, and some are unknown to Kenyans. So I believe when the president will do that, we shall see a very big shift on the mountain politics. That will be the end or the beginning point of William Ruto's goodbye, or rather William Ruto's end to his political dominance, maybe on the mountain. And then secondly, if you go through all these details, it seems to appear that the president, as a result of Musalia and William Ruto joining hands, that might have really piqued the president. And the president now, more than any other time before, now believes in Raila Amolo Odinga. And he is now coming out very boldly and very bravely to state that Raila Amolo Odinga maybe is his preferred candidate for presidency this year. Maybe before Musalia Mudavadi joined William Ruto, just maybe, the president maybe still had some thoughts. But upon Mudavadi joining William Ruto, the president now is more convinced than any other time that the best bet now is Raila Amolo Odinga. And then also from all these details, it's also very clear that Musalia Mudavadi, having decided to join William Ruto, the president now feels that he should now go on with this planned tours in Western Kenya. Because all along, the warring factions, the Musalia's faction and leaders from Western Kenya were really thwarting these efforts by the president to go to Western. But now Musalia having joined William Ruto, the president now feels free to work with these Western Kenya leaders and to tour Western Kenya. It seems to appear that Musalia Mudavadi and his team were the stumbling block for President Uhuru Kenyatta to visit Western Kenya. Musalia and his team felt that assuming the president could have visited Western Kenya, then maybe Raila Amolo Odinga would take credit. But now that Musalia is not in this camp, the president feels free and is actually at liberty to visit Western Kenya. Yes, I believe, ladies and gentlemen, and also about BBI, it seems to appear that the president also has not forgiven William Ruto for his political maneuvers in making sure they scuttled BBI. But the president is still optimistic that maybe in future we might just find BBI being revived once more. And that's also an indication, or rather the president is just trying to insinuate, that maybe in Raila's government, maybe Raila might actually revive BBI to accommodate top politicians or other top leaders at the top, at the executive. Those are some of the things that comes out clearly from all these details. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, if you've just bumped here for the very first time, just as I did straight when we were starting, subscribe, give this video a like. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.